Hello everyone, my name is Dimitri Sane, or you may call me as Mr. Insane. Now this is going to be a short review, mostly because I'm reviewing a short film. And to the fact that I just reviewed The Incredibles and the upcoming sequel is about to be released, I decided to take a look at the short film that was accompanied with the first movie's DVD release. So with all that said, let's take a look at Jack Jack Attack. The short film revolves around during the events of the first movie, where the family's baby, Jack Jack, is being taken care of by the babysitter named Kari. Now right there, we actually take a look at Jack Jack's mystery powers that are about to be unleashed. The film is somewhat a continuation of the first movie, since at the very beginning and the ending, Agent Rick Dicker, who works out on helping the superheroes with their profiles, is hearing Kari's story about the whole events that takes place in parallel to the first movie. And then at the very end of the film, she gets her memory erased. When it comes to the Pixar short films, there are two groups. The first group, which is the original short films that are telling different stories, like Gary's Game or For the Birds, and then the other group, which is the ones that are based on the Pixar movie characters, like this one. And in all honesty, this is, in my opinion, the best Pixar short film based on a Pixar movie. I'll be perfectly honest that I am not really amused to the whole Pixar short films based on their movie characters. They're not awful, but they're not that impressive. Some are decent and I do enjoy them, like Mike's New Car or Riley's First Date. But then there are other ones that just feel lackluster, like Mater and the Ghost Light or Your Friend the Rat. And please don't get me started with the whole Mater's Tall Tales short series. They just feel repetitive and that's it. Now going back with the short film, it is hilarious. It's a combination of both adorableness and craziness at the same time. In fact, that is the way you can describe Jack Jack. He's very unpredictable, mostly because for all the hundreds of powers and he's still a toddler. So you don't know what to expect from him. Kari the babysitter is also funny, mostly because of the reactions that she gives during these sorts of events. And at the very end of her work, you can definitely see for how tired she looks, and even loses her mind a little bit. But thank God Syndrome came in to help out on the baby, which is not a good thing, but it is good for Kari. I always laugh every time when I see the build-up of the whole scene when Jack Jack turns into fire. It is my favorite part of the short film. I do love how they use Mozart's Requiem music that is played during the short film, and even during the end credits. Every time that I always going to hear that song, I will always going to think of Jack Jack. And also Nightcrawler, but that is another story. In fact, two characters that are teleporters, they really have in common. I did read that this short film was originally intended to be part of the actual movie, but they decided to separate those scenes to be its own short film. And I think it worked very well. Because when you look at the first movie and see the final act where you hear all of those phone messages and wondering what exactly happened there, and now we got the short film to witness all of those events. Even though the whole parallel story will later be redone in later Pixar films, like Bernie and Doug's Special Mission. But like I said, this one does it better. Before I finish, let me just give a quick mention about another short film that came out alongside with the DVD, which is titled Mr. Incredible and Pals, which is mostly a cheap animated, low budgeted cartoon starring Mr. Incredible and Frozone fighting crime. It looks like that, like one of those 60s cartoons, but probably even worse. But what's worth it is just hearing the commentary of Craig T. Nelson and Samuel L. Jackson voicing their characters and talking about the cartoon. So yeah, the cartoon, yeah, looks like one of those crappy animated segments, but the commentary is amazing. Just watch that alone. And as for Jack Jack Attack, it is hilarious. I don't get tired of rewatching it, and if you haven't seen it, go watch it if you've seen the first movie. Jack Jack shines very well in this film, and I'm actually thinking that he's gonna be a show stealer for this new sequel after watching some of the promos and trailers. Speaking of which, that's gonna be the next one that we're gonna talk about. So that's all for today, and I'll see you into the next review. See you later.